Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Polygyny. I'm Ray.
I'm Prince.
And on this channel we discuss polygyny and relationships in general. We encourage, uplift, and support people involved in this type of relationship and people who have a genuine curiosity. We will not debate or go back and forth with you about this topic because this is something that we chose for our family. So in today's video, I have a little something for the ladies. Today we will be discussing how to deal with jealousy and polygyny.
I'm actually glad that you brought this up today because in polygyny, jealousy is, it's a normal thing that happens. It occurs all the time. And jealousy doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing. It's not the jealousy. Jealousy is a feeling. It's an emotion, you know what I mean? But it's how you act on your jealousy which determines the outcome and how it affects other people and also your relationship. So today's a really good topic.
Right. So I think in any relationship you're going to deal with jealousy. You deal with jealousy in a monogamous relationship, but I think it comes up more when you're dealing with polygyny because obviously, your husband is dating on another wife, right? Like, of course it's a major thing in polygyny, but there's some ways that you can combat the jealousy that you're going to deal with, and I'm going to give you a couple points to do that. So the first tip I have for you is to figure out where the jealousy comes from. So I know for me, I'll give an example. My jealousy came from the fear of my husband leaving me and also not feeling good enough. So a lot of the not feeling good enough came from childhood trauma I had to deal with. Things that were said to me and things that were not said to me in childhood that made those feelings come up, and then just scared of what might happen to me and my husband's relationship, especially the idea of him losing me. So the first tip is to figure out where the jealousy comes from and deal with that. So the next one is a big one, especially for me. I'm probably gonna say that with all of them, but the second one was big for me. I do it all the time. So I have a lot of irrational thoughts. So what I do is, I don't even know where I got this practice from, but I'll get a piece of paper or my phone and I'll write down all the irrational thoughts that I'm having at the moment. And with those irrational thoughts, as I'm writing them out, they become even more irrational. So that helps. But what also helps is debunking them or coming up with rational thoughts that are actually happening instead of the irrational thoughts. For instance, if I'm going to say, if one of my irrational thoughts is my husband is going to leave me, right? The rational thought to that would be, there's no evidence. He's still here, his bags are unpacked, he hasn't left, like everything's going good. So once you start writing the irrational thoughts down, they kind of like debunk themselves. So that's the tip that I have for you to combat irrational thoughts.
And also, if you don't mind me chiming in, as a man, helping your partner through their irrational thoughts is definitely important. Yeah. You have to show them, talk it out with them. You can't get frustrated because they bring things up. You have to understand this is a normal part of polygyny. Some people deal with some type of jealousy. Sometimes it's a little bit more extreme than others, but there's definitely jealousy involved. So as a partner, it's your job. I'm gonna give you that. It's definitely your job to help them through that. And like the irrational thoughts, things that may not be true, right? So you just walk them through that, but look, I'm still here. You didn't lose your husband. I'm still doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. Right. You know what I mean? I'm still attentive to you. I rub you down when you need to be rubbed down. I'm gonna take care of business just as usual. Right. You're not losing anything.
And that's how you know the thoughts are irrational, because everything is still the same.
Still the same.
Right. Okay, so number 3, I have voice your concerns. So this is kind of what Prince just said. If you're having an issue or you're feeling jealousy and you don't know what to do about it, you can talk to your partner, voice your concerns. And if you have a good partner, he will walk you through those emotions and he will help coach you through those emotions. So that way they don't become something that turns out of control. Because a lot of times we keep them bottled up and nobody knows we're having these feelings except ourselves, and then our tops blow. So it's important to voice your concerns to your partner. And
like I said before, as a leader of the family, the man, it's definitely your job to do that. So expect to have to do that. Be prepared. You may not have to, but in most situations you're gonna have to. To some degree. Right. And you have to be a good listener, and don't just listen. Come up with solutions and help walk them through whatever they have going on.
Number 4 is talk to somebody that you can trust. So I know, and this is why we started this channel, because we didn't have anybody. We didn't have anybody to talk to or to coach us through it. We had to figure this thing out on our own. So you want to talk to somebody who first has an unbiased opinion. You don't want to talk to somebody who already doesn't agree with the lifestyle, because they're going to give you bad advice, right? You want to talk to somebody who loves you, who you know's advice has always uplifted you, and who is not going to take sides. So you can find a mentor, a therapist, a trusted friend. A yes man is not going to help you here, because only thing they're going to do is feed off of what you're already saying. So if you're saying that you're uncomfortable and you don't like this situation, they're just going to feed more of that to you, and you're most likely, you know, it's not going to work, because you have you have other people coming into your head. So find somebody that you can talk to that that can help you. So number 5 is use on-the-spot coping skills. So if you haven't started, you need to start figuring out how you can deal with stress, because these emotions, they come, like, it could be 1 hour you could be good, the next hour you could be a mess. So you want to be able to figure out what you can do to help calm yourself down. Maybe you need to take a nap. That always works for me. A nap and a good snack.
That reset button.
Right. A nap and a good snack. Maybe you need to take a walk. Maybe you need to do some deep breathing. Maybe you need to write in your journal. Maybe you need to have your husband sit with the kids, and you need to go on the back patio and drink you a cup of tea to calm down. But you're going to have to figure something out, because these emotions come, they come quick, and they can be uncontrollable. So this is where good communication comes in too, because if you tell your husband, look, I need like 15 minutes so I can gather my thoughts and get myself together, he should be able to help you out, whether it's take care of the children, take them out for a little bit, or he has them wrangled and you go out back, or you go into your car to get some fresh air. This is where good communication comes in. So if he knows that you're stressed and you need some time, then, you know, you'll be able to use these on-the-spot coping skills to get you through whatever you're going. Number 6, this situation is going to take time. So you can't expect that you start working on it today and tomorrow you're going to be good, or even you start working on today and a month from now you're going to be good. You need to give yourself time to adjust to the situation. You need to give your husband time to adjust to the situation, and you need to give your mind time to adjust to the situation. So just because it doesn't happen overnight doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You are going to feel jealousy from now until the end of time, but when you give it time, you'll be able to think more rationally, and it won't be so uncontrollable. You'll be like, okay, I know what this feeling is, I know why I'm feeling it, so let me figure out how I can deal with it. Time is big key to this one. Right.
A lot of times you don't want to act off of raw emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is where your emotional intelligence comes in at. Always sit back anytime you feel something boiling up inside you. Sit back, give it time, because then even when you go to communicate, you use your other skills to go to communicate. Guess what? You can communicate in a proper manner without coming off as, because anytime someone comes at you in an aggressive manner, like your natural response is to, you know, is the buck back, right? So at the end of the day, always give it time.
Right. And my last point, number 7, is to figure out your why. So your husband's going to have his own reasons why he wants to get involved in polygyny, and you're going to have your own reasons. His reasons should not be your reasons. You should want to do this for your own reasons. So if you keep your why in the front of your mind, when all this jealousy and all these different emotions come up, it will be easy for you to say, okay, I already know why I want to do this, and if I let these emotions and all this that I got going on get in the middle, you won't be able to see it through. So make sure you have your what. If you got to write it down in a notebook and flip that notebook open when you start to feel a mess, that will help you be able to get through it, because if not, your emotions are going to run high. You're going to make bad choices. I've made bad choices and mess some situations up, and you don't want to do that. So because today you might be feeling a mess, and then tomorrow you'll be like, oh man, I just messed that situation up and I really like this lady. So you don't want to do that. So you want to have your why, figure it out, keep it in the forefront, so that way when things come up, you'll be able to go back to it, and it won't your emotions won't mess you up trying to get through it.
Right. And having your why ready and knowing what your why is very important in all aspects of life. It doesn't matter if you're a college student, if you're trying to advance your career,
business.
We own businesses, so your why is definitely important, because if you don't know your why, or you don't have a strong enough why that you believe in, anytime you face adversity, you're going to be willing to give in a towel, or willing to blow up at a situation where it doesn't have to be that serious.
Right.
So definitely have your why ready.
Right, and that is all I have for you. The 7 tips to deal with jealousy. I hope that it was beneficial for you. If it was, please comment down below, like and subscribe. If you need to contact us, our email is in the description box. Our Facebook and Instagram is also in the description box. And we'll see you in our next video.
Peace.
Bye.